Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us here on ANF Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nacker, and taking a look at some of the top stories that we're following right now. There are multiple investigations happening all over the metro at this very moment into multiple different shootings across the metro. So these are incidents that happen overnight. The first shooting happened on Middleton Road in Northwest Atlanta, where police tell us that a person was shot 3 different times and rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital. So that's under investigation. There was also a second shooting that happened on Peachtree Road Northeast, where police tell us that a man was shot in the legs 3 times after an argument. One person was arrested and is being interviewed by police in that case. Now, police also responded to a call about a person shot on 10th Street. Police tell us that a limo driver was hit in the face with bullet fragments as he picked up a fare. He is in the hospital right now, and there are no suspects in custody for that shooting. So, of course, if you have any information, police do want to hear from you, and that is still very much under investigation. Okay, another major story that is making headlines as well today is the presidential candidates, of course, continuing their campaigns with just days really left to get your vote before Election Day, spending a lot of time in key battleground states like here in Georgia. And on the heels of Vice President Kamala Harris's visit last week, former President Trump is visiting Metro Atlanta today. And Atlanta News First Don Shipman is outside McCamish Pavilion at Georgia Tech with a preview.
Already a lot of the former president's supporters are here ready for his rally, which is happening at 6 o'clock tonight. But some logistical things you got to keep in mind: that traffic in this area will be congested, and at some point it will actually be shut down. Already some parking is being restricted. Of course, Georgia, a key battleground state. Both candidates have made several stops here already. Why? The 2020 election was decided by just shy of 12,000 votes here in Georgia. And new CBS News polling shows the presidential race is as close as it's ever been, with the candidates virtually tied in battleground states. Today's rally here at Georgia Tech comes on the heels of a return to his hometown over the weekend. Former President Trump holding a rally at the iconic Madison Square Garden, one of the nation's most famous venues, and joining him on stage, running mate J.D. Vance and surrogates like Elon Musk.
We're going to defeat Kamala Harris, and we're going to win back the beautiful White House. This will be America's new golden age. It's going to happen quickly, too, very quickly.
And another look at some of the parking restrictions here at Georgia Tech. Before his rally here, Mr. Trump will attend the inaugural National Faith Summit. That's happening in Cobb County. He'll be taking the stage here tonight at 6 o'clock, but a lot of pre-gaming already underway, with everything opening up at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're here in Midtown. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And you know, on Sunday, second gentleman Doug Emhoff made a stop in Sandy Springs as well at Pontoon Brewing, advocating for his wife. He encouraged everyone to get out and vote this week. Take a listen.
We need to elect Kamala as president, because if we do not, this country will be fundamentally different. It's something none of you will recognize.
And another big name will be in Atlanta tomorrow. Former First Lady Michelle Obama is expected to hold a rally on behalf of Vice President and Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris. Of course, we're going to continue to follow all of this. You know, also we've been following the YSL trial, right? That's been a major story that we have covered gavel to gavel here on ANF Plus. And there's now a looming mistrial in the YSL RICO case. Of course, it's the longest running criminal trial in the state's history so far. It involves Atlanta rapper Young Thug, real name Jeffrey Williams. And there is potential, it's possible, that it all could come to an end this morning because of a motion for a mistrial. Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond reports outside the Fulton County Courthouse with what to expect.
The motion on the table as court resumes at 9 this morning is a mistrial without prejudice, meaning the case could be brought back to court at a later date and retried. This will be the first time court has been in session since it abruptly ended on Wednesday, when a witness on the stand read the hashtag #FreeQuay from a social media post that was meant to be redacted, a reference to a previous jail sentence for one of the YSL co-defendants now on trial along with Young Thug. We have confirmed that attorneys for defendant DeMonte Kendrick met with District Attorney Fonnie Willis to discuss a plea deal and are learning several others have done the same. This morning, we're watching if a plea deal or a mistrial could happen first, if at all. Attorney Joshua Schiffer, who is unaffiliated with this case, shares his insight.
If the clients plead out, there is no more trial. It ends the trial, so the mistrial motion would be moot. There's also the possibility of a mistrial for some as others take pleas, because it doesn't all have to be done as a group.
And you can watch it all unfold live on our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. At the Fulton County Courthouse, I'm Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
All right, let's talk about this forecast now. First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris joining us. And, you know, I mean, to me, it's been a lot warmer than I expect in October here in Georgia, right?
Say that one more time, Joy. I
It's
didn't
just
hear
been
a
a
word
lot.
you said.
It's just been a lot warmer than I would expect.
You would be absolutely correct. We had 2 records, Joy, Friday and Saturday. We were in the 80s from last Wednesday through Saturday. We're supposed to be in the low 70s. So that's correct. Now we're getting a break from the heat
Okay,
today, so
okay.
it won't be hot today.
Okay.
But the 80s are back in the forecast. So you were correct. It's definitely been above
So
average.
it's not me.
It is not you. It is warm. And, you know, a lot of people love it. A lot of people like the fact that, you know, going into November, we're seeing these above average temperatures. But again, that will not be the case today. We actually had a cool front that moved into North Georgia yesterday, and we're still feeling the impacts of that. So today, as I bring myself on, good morning to you. Happy Monday, everybody. Today, not nearly as warm as what we saw over the weekend. Yesterday, we were in the upper 70s. Today, we're going to go for about 72 degrees. That'll be our high temperature in the city of Atlanta. Here's a look at what you can expect hour by hour. 64 at lunchtime, still cloudy at lunch. 3 o'clock, 72 degrees. At 6 o'clock, 70 degrees. And by 9 p.m., 62 degrees. So remember, last week we were in the 80s. This week we are just seeing the low 70s, or at least today, the low 70s are in your forecast. So here's that 70. After we get past today, we start to warm up. So 75 on Tuesday, 79 on Wednesday, 80 degrees on Thursday. So yes, for Halloween, we are forecasting those temperatures to be well above average again in North Georgia. Now, we're not looking at record heat, but definitely above average. So cooler today, but by the time you get the trick-or-treating going here for Halloween, you'll be in much better shape. In fact, as we go hour by hour, it looks like 3 o'clock on Thursday, 80 degrees. So if you're going to do any trick-or-treating early, that'll be the warmest time of the day, of course. And then by 6 o'clock, temperatures are still in like the upper 70s. And by 9 o'clock, the low 70s, maybe some upper 60s. So you won't need the jacket at all for Halloween here across North Georgia. Something else that's interesting is we have a frontal system, really a storm system, that's on our doorstep on Halloween. Now, it will not rain in North Georgia on Halloween, but you can see that at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, it's Halloween night, we have showers and storms that stretch from Tennessee down to Mississippi and Alabama. This will eventually move into North Georgia during the overnight hours going into Friday. So Friday, we have a 20% chance of a few showers in your forecast. In the morning, as this front starts to move in, this is weakening as it moves in, so we're not going to see nearly as much rain as what they will see further west. But again, a 20% chance of a few stray showers Friday morning as you get to work, and it looks like the second half of Friday will certainly be dry. Even this does not look like much, as you can see on our forecast model here. We're talking about the potential for just a few showers. So that's something we'll keep you up to date on because, as you know, we haven't really seen a lot of rain recently. In fact, we've been telling you this a lot over the past several days, but no rain at all for the month of October in the city of Atlanta. So if we don't get any rain by Thursday, and we don't believe we will, October of 2024, this October, the driest month on record for Atlanta. Not just the driest October on record, the driest month, period. On record. So that is unfortunately what it looks like. Now, even though October is dry and we're going to set this record, I do want to point out that when you look at this year in total, we have a surplus of like 14 inches of rain. Remember, Helene and Milton got us a lot of rain. So despite the fact that October is dry, for the whole year, there is a surplus. So we have kind of balanced out at the end of the day. So we're not in a drought or anything like that, but that's something we'll keep you up to date on as well. So that's your forecast. Now, over the weekend, we get that cold front that'll move through basically on Friday. It won't really drop our temperatures much. So 80 on Halloween. After that front, we'll go back into like the mid to upper 70s. Not that big of a difference in your temperature. The one thing that we do want to remind you of is, remember, we fall back early on Sunday morning. So set those clocks back 1 hour before you go to sleep on Saturday night. And that is it for your 7-day forecast. We'll keep you up to date on these temperatures today. Again, cooler this afternoon, but we are warming up here for tomorrow and beyond. We'll let you know what's happening in terms of those temperatures when we'll hit 80 degrees again. That's happening on Wednesday. But we'll keep you up to date, and we'll talk especially about the potential for rain early Friday morning and keep you up to date on that. Our next update is on Atlanta News First at noon and always in the First Alert Weather app. Until next time, we'll see you soon.